Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium. At any time the TCU Horned Frogs take the field, they have a standard, a legacy to live up to. One that was established by the likes of Slingin' Sammy Baugh, Davey O'Brien, and LaDainian Tomlinson. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese. In the booth, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Horned Frogs will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Tulane Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job on it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. This is a kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So TCU's offense will take the field for the first time. One matchup to watch in this one is how well do the backers tackle in space, David.
Yeah, and you've got to have great linebackers to get this guy on the ground, and they've got it. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, a lot of head-to-head battles, linebacker versus running back.
Yeah, tackling him in space, but also covering him out of the backfield. These two dudes are going to be shadowing each other all game long.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Unloads quickly. At the 35, he's loose. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in the rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Now he's going to break the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Here's the handoff. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Makes a move, and the returner will be brought down. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got it set up on the outside. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on 1st down. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. Leaves it with the running back. The Horned Frogs pick up the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He's got him in the flat. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They feed him again. At the 20, he's got space. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. The Horned Frogs in the hurry-up. To the ground with the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 3. Balls at the 13. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for space. It's Payne. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Oh, and he got a hand on it. It's blocked. That's a lot. Racing down the left side. He's inside the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tulane. And once he got loose, it was all over. And the extra point was good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Missouri came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won. And the fact this wasn't ever really in question. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And the Horned Frogs have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. They'll operate out a split back. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up with an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll go right back to it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Backing changing up and backing up on the first 2 plays now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Looking for room. It's Payne. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional.
Running toward the tape. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. And the Horned Frogs want to move quickly.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Now on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They're trying to get to it. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And remember, he's already had one blocked in this game. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. Just drives it between the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pocket starts to collapse. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. He caught it. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. To throw, it's Burns. Gets it out quickly. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pressure coming. And down he goes back at the 3. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. You've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far in Fort Worth. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Amon G. Carter Stadium.
About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Dumps it off in the flats. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got his man. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Grabbed over the middle. It's Baker. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Fast motion from the offense. They'll try to get it through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. They'll send out the kicker here. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Splits the uprights right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
14, TCU, 13.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Red pass, it's complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's see what they've got on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it'll be hard to stop.
Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't. And they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually say big plays on. The receiver gets a step.
What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big play.
It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Catch in the middle. It's Douglas. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll pull it on the read. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He finds his man. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The pull and throw off the RPO. Makes the catch and he's brought down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Reads it, fires complete. He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all ball on that run.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Green Wave. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the fourth.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Got his man downfield. Flying out to the left. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They go to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Trying to get to it. That's reeled in. It's Baker. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Motion from the offense. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it. Tackled, but he has a first down.
All right, 4th quarter now, you're trailing. The sense of urgency has to go up for everybody right now. A quarterback and wide receiver. You're going to have to hit some of these throws, David, to get back in this game.
Yeah, and when you got the lead on the other side, defense, I'm playing tight coverage, making them earn it. I want that clock to tick. And then that was a really good play by the offense. Pretty good coverage by the defense, but I got to make them earn it all the way down the field.
Looking to throw it again. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. From the red zone, looking for a space. He's right on target. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And they grab the advantage
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with the QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Skips away from pressure. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. And he's chased out of bounds, but not before he gets the first down, stops the clock, and has them on the move trying to get the late score. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Gets it to the back. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Scrambling away. Zings it complete to the right. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9. Dropping back, it's Burns. He's got it. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Now second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. On the ground. Touchdown, Green Wave. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Yeah, it's hard. This is the hardest time because you got to have plays, you got to have scripts because you know they're sitting back with all the DBs on the field in a dime package playing pass. How can we get first downs? How can we complete passes and get out of bounds to try to save some of this clock as we move the ball down the field?
Looking to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Payne. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. The pass ball's incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And this is a huge play call now for the offensive coordinator. 2-minute situation, down in the game, fourth quarter, fourth down. What can you dial up here to keep this drive alive and keep your chances alive of winning this game?
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. Offense getting set for first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going over the top. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. And, man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different-looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And, David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.